This is a series about a certain person. A guy from the slums, as it were, who's determined to become a famous racing driver. Starting from the very bottom, while earning money and honing my skills, I'm going to be living the life of that person.
You have one shot on stage, what you got to play. Generic drops for days, still the people rage. Am I not insane? I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse, till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out. Am I high harassed? I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse.
Right, open the faucet, and time to get behind the wheel. You gotta go through an entire procedure. Previously, I bought myself an old Lada, since you can't find a cheaper car for some sideways action. We had our highs, we had some lows, but for this episode we've done some modifications, which hopefully will help me drift like a true boss. Car of No Return, Episode 3, Drifting a Lada using some watering cans, translation and voiceover by BMI Russian. This here is my drift missile. You liking this stance? It's just that we put in a barrel back there, just a regular barrel, and filled it with some water. We've attached the faucet, plumbed in some garden hoses, a few watering cans. That's all when it comes to the mods. This is actually some unique stuff. I've never seen anything like it. Hopefully you can say that this is my design, but I'm pretty sure that someone else has thought of it. You can call this a racing barrel. A certain Alexander Potapov gave it to me as a gift, and he says it came right from a DTM racetrack. And now it lives in my Lada. Check out how well the color matches. It's as if this thing is OEM. Unique stuff. You start by purchasing a NOS can, which as we know is always colored blue, and only after that should you choose a proper car for it, not the other way around. You should always be doing things the right way. Everything should be able to fit. As you can see, we've completed the job. At first we placed it kinda longitudinally, as in kinda front to back in the cabin. But it kept coming loose when drifting, almost crushing me at some point. So I decided to put it in the back. Well, it was actually Felix's idea. That's the guy who sold me the car. He got the seat in nice and tight. He did his best to secure these harnesses. On one hand, we have been up to a little bit of weight reduction, removing all the interior bits, while installing the racing seat. But the barrel itself is quite heavy, with a 115-liter capacity, 200 actually by the looks of it. While I was on my way here, I realized that this car now drifts better without even watering the tarmac. And not even because of the seat either. It's the barrel, which creates some inertia at the rear end. It's not really the way to go, but given a lack of power, maybe it's not the worst thing you can do. Perhaps that's what a Lada needs. I could see the Lada Warrior gang from over here. I'm gonna pay them a visit. I reckon they'll also be watering the parking lot. But all I need to do is open the faucet and drive. I can't wait to start ripping around. There's some trouble brewing. I can't drive anywhere, man. They kicked me out of the Moscow Raceway. Well, not so much kicked me out. It's just that my car wasn't eligible to compete. Then I come here and the cops decide to pay us a visit. There they are, right behind me. They might start taking action, so we can't have any fun. Anyway, where can I test my design? We wanted to do some drifting with our boys. Maybe even race for cash, since we need to start earning something. There's progress to be made. I mean, I can't be stuck with this Lada forever. Yeah, guys, here are some dudes who, air quotes, earn their paycheck. That's our tax money put to good use. Did they seriously come here to give these nice people a hard time? Seriously, what the hell? I'm quite shocked. They brought a busload of cops, parked nearby, and are now on the lookout. They're paid for each minute they do their job, am I right? They get paid for this. I don't get it. I have zero beef with the authorities. After all, I have a bunch of relatives who either used to be cops or are still working in the police force. But this I'm just not cool with. These guys aren't to blame. Their superior officers, well, that's a different story. This is beyond stupid. Sending over riot militia for them to keep watch over a freaking car meet. A bunch of lotto owners. Welcome to Russia. Hey guys, is that oil dripping from your car? What up? Hey man. So no drifting today, huh? Yeah man, traffic cops came over here and they were like, get out of here or else. Looks like they're going a bit overboard, eh? That's the riot police, right? Exactly, dude. It's like we're a bunch of criminals gathered here. Like a bunch of gangsters. There are some criminal detectives over there. Yeah, they've actually blocked the exit. So there's no point in trying to leave the parking lot, right? Nah, you still can. No, they'll still let you out for the time being. But in half an hour, you won't have a chance. Right, I see. You guys came here for some drifting. Well, yeah, that would be nice. They should be delivering some water here pretty soon. Maybe we could just try to look for another spot. What do you guys think? Yeah, we're trying to figure something out. You let us know then. We're super keen on doing some drifting ourselves. We modified the car a bit. And it sprays water under the tires. Oh, so that they spin easier. Check out what they've got. Hang on, dude. What? It sprays water right under the tires. Yeah, we have our own water supply. Guys, why are you making this worse for us? Oh, shit. We're all in deep shit. They've put up a roadblock. Wait a minute, bud. I'm sorting out the location and you're showing me this bullshit? The guys are already getting a bit nervous after looking at our sprinklers. These guys don't joke around. Any ideas where to go now? Yeah, we're going to a different parking lot. You don't mind if I tag along, do you? We do have to get the Land Cruiser first, though. Sasha, go get the cruiser, pronto. Yeah, you go get your cruiser. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh man, this is far out. Unbelievable. So, we were being followed by a whole bunch of cop cars. And just like in Too Fast, Too Furious, or maybe one of the other ones, I forget. Anyway, we all scattered in different directions. They couldn't figure out who to follow. They got a bit confused and decided to quit, apparently. There might be one cop car left back there. Could be after us. Now that would be pretty neat. We're being followed. Okay, our camera guy Sasha says we're being followed. What the hell? Wherever we go, there's company. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, they have nothing on us, but they've decided to follow us anyway. This is freaking hilarious. I mean, come on. Lot owners are just the nicest people. Why not give us at least one spot where we can do some drifting? We do have motorsports in the country, okay, like at the Moscow Raceway, Michkova and whatnot. But you have to understand that these people who tend to be short on cash, that level of racing is just beyond their reach. This series of videos is actually dedicated to this very issue. What options are there for someone who's completely broke? There you have it. We're being driven out of every spot, so we can't do any drifting. I'd happily go to a racetrack and do some drifting. But it just isn't happening, man. You're not allowed to race there, you can't drift here. So there you go. This type of racing just isn't accessible in our country. Thanks to a busload of riot militia and quite a few road patrol cars, we unfortunately weren't able to test our little invention. We also weren't able to lose them and go find a more appropriate spot. And that was the end of that. Today we won't be able to put our drift missile through its paces. A new day brought with it some new ideas and some fresh energy. We made it to a parking lot and finally tried the car out. Driving position is still very uncomfortable. The steering wheel seems to be too far away. I can barely even reach it. It needs to be a bit closer. Also, despite us having installed a slightly smaller steering wheel, it still comes in contact with my knees. Whatever, these are minor gripes. Nothing should get in the way of a truly good driver. Can you switch the water on? Oh, right. Despite my efforts, I just can't reach over there. Only if I lean over or ask you to do it. Is it dripping? It is, yeah. Okay, we good to go? At least the seat's holding me in. This is not proper drifting. It does okay during transitions, and when you kick the clutch, but it still really sucks. Damn it, stalled the car again.
So don't you run up, it could get ugly. Think I need a wingman. I'm straight from California, smelling like a weed man.
Okay, this isn't working. The tarmac isn't even wet. You have to drive around first and spray some water. Let me just do a figure 8 and water the track. Oh, we got some cops. You see that, dude? Cops were passing by and I'm just driving back and forth. They probably thought I was a student driver. You have to be kidding me. This isn't drifting. You can smell the clutch burning from all this kicking. Not the curb. The magician was drunk and the trick didn't work. My concept turned out to be complete hogwash. I thought there would be enough water to get the tires moist, so that the car gets sideways, but despite me driving the figure 8 a bunch of times, the tarmac's already dried out. Maybe it requires a bit of pressure so that these watering cans spray water all over the tires. Maybe that would have worked out a little better. There is a plus side to all this, though. You remember the previous episode? When I completely destroyed the rear tires. Now they haven't even worn down to the cord. I don't know whether this was a good idea or not. Then again, most Lada owners prior to drifting do in fact use water. Well, actually water and diesel fuel, as advised by these guys who've literally just joined us. Anyway, they cover the tarmac and then go drifting. It's a bit of a shame since we did fail. Thankfully, this didn't cost a lot of money, since it was a complete ghetto mod. This is not drifting, damn it. Looks like the gas pedal is stuck to the floor. And there goes the clutch. The clutch is toast. This car ain't going anywhere. It's completely fried, it's finished. So we're screwed? Yeah. I don't want to drift this car. Ever again. I was constantly forced to kick the clutch during transitions, which means revving up the motor and dropping the clutch. That's what led to its early demise. There was no other way. If you were to press the gas at a constant rate, you wouldn't be able to transition while drifting. The car would either stabilize or barely avoid stalling. And so the clutch died. I bought myself a Lada hoping that I could at least get something out of it. The main problem, in my opinion, is the suspension. That freaking Lada suspension. The body roll is atrocious. And when you hit a bump, the thing starts hopping like crazy. So those are the things that kept us from doing some decent drifting. Even gaining some momentum didn't help. The car runs out of steam during transitions, due to this car having a poorly set up suspension, a gutless motor, and it being a Lada. Do you need any more reasons not to buy a Lotto for the summer? Just don't do it, I'm telling you. You absolutely won't be able to drift the damn thing. At least on dry asphalt. Hopefully you're not going to cling to my words. Just to be clear, I'm talking about a stock Lotto bought for $400. We are limited in terms of budget. We don't have the means to install a 16-valve engine or do a suspension rebuild. You remember the cars at the Moscow Raceway? Those were not Lottos. Those were race cars, which cost a bit of money to build. We phoned a repair shop, so they gave us a quote for $54 for the labor, with the clutch itself costing around $15. It was at that moment when this clutch replacement seemed to be a bit pricey for me. So I decided I need to get rid of this thing. And so I posted an ad on my Instagram, putting this lot up for sale. By the way, I'll put the link to my Instagram somewhere around here. Feel free to subscribe. You'll be the first to hear about any new developments when we decide to organize a meet or a racing event. Right now I'm posting an ad to sell this shitbox. I've had it, seriously. This car, I can't even stand looking at it. And I'm pretty sure that you're sick of it too. Lottos are completely and utterly useless in the summer. It might work in the winter. Anyway, I have to sell it ASAP. I'll put it up for $230. And soon we'll have a new car, which will be able to go sideways. Instead of this dreadful piece of shit. Right, time to post the ad. Surprisingly enough, my car attracted quite a few potential buyers. Let's go have a chat. 2 chasers. That's pretty cool. This is what we should be aiming for. And this shitbox needs to go. Hey there. Hey man, I'm Sasha. I'm Gene. Now this is what I'm talking about. You running an auto or a stick? Yeah, it's an auto. Automatic, okay. Not ideal for drifting. That's true. It has a regular Taurus and not a two-way LSD. Was it resprayed, like recently? Oh, so a couple of weeks ago. It looks pretty fresh. Most chasers have turned into missile cars. Well, at least the ones I've seen. It's so weird seeing a chaser with no spoiler. That there's the way all chasers look. As for this, it's been quite a while since I've seen a chaser which looks like this. I actually prefer this rear end. Quite a few takers turned up, so we'll be auctioning the car off. Let's start from $15, with each next bid being another $15. We have our first bid. $30. $45. $60. $75. $90. Awesome, $105. $135. To be continued. Next episode. We have a winner. Today I'm going to be buying myself one of these here beauties. It's dark outside, I can't see shit. And to be honest, I don't even know what sort of car this is. Are you sure you need this shitbox? I already bought it. So there you go.